Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I am going to try, and listen to the word, I did say try. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try to make luncheon meat today, chicken luncheon meat. And I needed 2.5 pounds for a recipe that I have. I tell you, I get into these books. And they said you can cut squares into 1 inch and put it through a food processor, but I'm not. I've got my food grinder here. And since I've already done sausage, I want to see if I can do this. I haven't decided on the flavor that I wish to use yet. But anyway, I have 4 chicken breasts. And there's no bones and no skin on it. And this is what they want. So this is what we're going to do. They want it thin, because I have to run it through my grinder. I'm going to get a manual grinder as well, because this only runs for 6 minutes, and like I said, they said it's only going to last for so long, maybe 3 years, and I said, oh man, that I did not need to hear. See, I'm just going to cut it in strips like this. But they did state 2.5 pounds of chicken breast. I said, okay. Well, if this doesn't work, you know I'm going to be wasting a lot of food. I thought about trying smoked pepper, but I have that apple one that I love so much, you know. But I figured there's a lot of smoked salts out there that we could use. I have to get the pot ready too as well, so the package for I'll show you the equipment. I think it should be able to handle all this. See why it's important you have a sharp knife. Things go through quite well. Okay, we got that done. I'm done with the meat department. Clean this knife off, and then I can sit there and we'll talk about the equipment. Like I said, since I've already done salt, I said, shoot, why not? I should be able to do all this, right? No, this is going to be in the way. I'm going to have to tone. All right. Okay, I'm going to have to read this. All right. Okay, this equipment I'm coming over, I'll tell you what it is in a minute. I got it on Amazon. I'm not gonna lie to you. This and this this goes on centimeters. So it's not going to be in Fahrenheit where we do it our way. They're going to do it their way. This is European. Now they say this is a ham maker. This is for you to make homemade deli meats. Now before we use any of this, it had to be washed, which I already did. And this is what it's called. And it's called a ham maker. And they said you do not put it on a fire or a heating plate. This cannot go there. We're going to have to put it in water. So let me get a pot to put this in. Now, we have to fill it halfway full. It has to come up at least halfway to 3/4 to this. Yeah, this will cover for it. So let me fill this pot up. So I do think about it, Kenna. We're not going to be using the lid. So we're going to be watching this. Keep an eye on it, make sure this water stays up there by the level. No, I'm going to have to bring it higher. That's not, I'm going to get my other pot out. I'm going to get my other pot out. Okay, this is not going to do it. I have one a little bigger than this one. Now I know this pot will do it. Now, when we fill this, we can only go halfway or 3/4. You go no higher than this. You're not going to cover this all the way. The water's only going to go this high to it, and that's it. Bring it to a boil. That's it. Now we're going to go ahead and, let's see, how do I work it? I've only used this grinder once on this machine, so please understand. I'm not sure on some of this grinding, but we're going to try, because that's the only way we're going to learn. If I can grind and do this, I should be able to smoke meats. So you can see that I'm graduating in that direction. All right, now how do I get my meat grinder started? Plug it in, of course, that's the first step. I know you must think I'm being silly, but I'm not. I'm actually getting ready to do this. All right. Press the power button, okay. Press the forward button to grind clockwise. Forward. As you can see, it's not waiting for me. you put it in, it'll grind smoothly. Packing a whole bunch in at once can clog it up. And tomorrow is Friday. See, it's moving quite easily. If you put too much meat in it, it will clog up. So if you have this machine, you know what you cannot do with it. That took very, very little time. Isn't that nifty how that worked? Now they want me to take this apart right away, so just give me a minute to do that. The only part that didn't grind was just this little bit right here. That's it. So it turned out to be a good. We'll put that in a bowl and we'll talk about the salts. You know, I only have one big one and I only have samples of the other ones. Celsius. It works on the Celsius principle, the temperature here. I'm sorry, I used the wrong word. It's Celsius, and this goes up to 120 Celsius. So this goes pretty high. Let me get my salts. I'll be right back. I have to climb. Now, I am leaning towards the applewood sea salt because I made that sausage, chicken and apple, and it tastes delicious. Remember when I made it and I showed you? I don't know if you've tried it. It's really good. And I'd like to do that. I'm not sure about these, which ones, but I love the apple and pork. Listen, I think I'm going to put the apple in it only because we've already had it. This one is smoked bacon. When you think about that, a hamburger, bacon and chicken would go very well together. This is smoked bacon with Chipotle. I don't know what that is. Smoked cherry wood. I've never had cherry wood chicken. I did have apples. I'm not gonna lie to you. The apple really gets me going. Oh no 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 no. Oh shoot. This is like gold at this point, you know, when you're trying to learn something new. Oh no. This one won't go. Smoked cherry would not go well. We're just using smells. Garlic and onion, that might go well. That might be a little strong for that one. I think it'll go good. Don't think I don't. The garlic and the onion, I think, but for the first time making this, I've got to make an impression first, the family. Smoked garlic. Alderwood. Let's try smelling this. Let's see what it smells like. Do the apple salt. I keep on thinking of that sausage, and they really like that, and I want to get this right the first time. They said whatever smoked sausages you use, smoked flavoring, excuse me, scratch that. Whatever smoked salt you use, you're going to have to use a tablespoon. I love this one. I'm sorry, I'm partial to this one. Only because I made that sausage. Oh. Next time I make this, I'm going to try it with that onion and garlic next time, but I want to first do this one. So we have to put they say a tablespoon in. So you can see why some luncheon meats cost a lot of money. We'll see how this one is. God, I wonder if I could. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'm thinking again. They say you have to mix this really, really well. If you don't, it's not. And I got a slicer, so I'll be able to cut this thin for sandwiches. But this comes out really nice. I love the smell of this. It reminds me so much of the dish that we made, that sausage, chicken and apple. I think that's what fit me to this one, flavoring it. I wonder if I can mix those salts up. That'd be interesting. You have to admit, that'd be really interesting. Now you mix this until you cannot see streaks of the seasoning, and then you know it's thoroughly mixed. I wonder if I could add pepper in this. Well, I'll find out. This is a trial first. Now that I have a Kaiser roll recipe, I hope to make Kaiser rolls too. Not today. I doubt I'm going to be able to get them done today. And I'm looking forward to it. Now they state, I read this, okay, you ground the meat up. we've washed, rinsed, and dried well. Now they want this meat packed into it. Okay. You notice as I mix the meat, it looks more solid together. What size did I get here? I don't even know they have the size on. I got a small one, I think. Doesn't tell me what size it is. I'm trying to read and see what size it is, but I got a small one. I didn't need the giant one. Pack this in. That's what I'm doing. I packed it in as much as I could to make sure that I don't have any air in it. Now I say we have to put this on just like this, okay? Let's see. Okay, that's what we do. We've got it here. Now we have to put this in here. We have to get it up to 80 Celsius. And there is a hole between both of them. The one that we just pressed down in has a hole, and this one has a hole. If you have the right one, and it'll register. When this water boils, we'll get it in there and I'll show you. I thought it was going to be much harder to put together and pack, but it isn't, so I was happy about that. What else do I need? We have to wait a minute for the water to boil. Then we're going to put it in there. And they state that this could take up to, I think, 1 to 2 hours. It says leave it there for 2 to 3 hours. They said you're going to be blanching it at 80, not centimeters. Oh, I just said it to you and I forgot. Celsius. I had to think of the word. I'm sorry because I don't use it. They said it's going to be blanched at maximum of 80 Celsius. They say when it's ready and it hits at 80 Celsius, you leave the ham maker to cool off just like this in the air. You're going to leave everything alone. You're not going to open it or anything. Once it's cool, then you're going to sit there and place it in the fridge for a few hours. Then we can take the meat out of it, not before. So this is going to be going for a while. It's getting there. So as soon as my water starts to boil, I'll show you. At least we got it that far. No problems. Okay, my pot is boiling. Now let's see if I've got this high enough. I'll put this Celsius in a minute. Let me see if I got this too high or just high enough. I did it. I'll put it in after. Right now it's going to be cooking. like this for about 2 hours, and I'll check it about then. So I'll see you in 2 hours, and we'll check and see what the temperature is in the internal of it. So take care for now, and I'll be back. I turned it down to a lower boil instead of a high boil, and just gonna let it cook. Now you don't want the lid on this because it has a hole in the middle. You don't want to put the moisture in. You want to cook this luncheon meat that we're working on. So as long as you have it at a boil, just let it boil and keep the lid off. If you have to add more water because it too much evaporates, by all means do it.